Hey everyone, welcome to another Commercial Integrator 3 Questions interview. Today we are very lucky to be joined by Tom Kopin of Kramer. Tom, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great. Glad to have you on. We're talking all about remote work this month. So right off the bat, as a result of COVID-19, we've seen many organizations move to hybrid schedules where employees are in office part-time and remote part-time.
Right.
How can control solutions help bridge the gap and ensure meetings are successful with both remote and in-office employees?
Yeah, so I think in general, control solutions can do lots of things to improve this. First of all, just the fact of creating a simple user interface to use the room, I think number one, allows people to, especially if there's been new technology put into the room, to allow some greater expansion to get people from outside the office to join meetings inside the office. The more that you can hook on to like a one-touch, be on the screen to be able to present, the easier you can make that user interface for people who are not using them every day, especially, or again, like I said, adding newer technology makes that easier to use. I think also just some general automation can be helpful that a control system can provide. So, maybe when somebody walks into a room, they don't even have to touch the touch screen, just the room will come on for them. Or again, if you walk out of the room, the idea that the room can shut off. So I think those are general control system things that could help for this type of world.
Yeah, and when it comes to control solutions, it seems like a pretty sophisticated setup, but you guys have Kramer Control, which really tries to make it as easy as possible to set up some of these control and automation rooms. Why is Kramer Control a good solution for these types of hybrid work environments?
Yeah, so just like we talked about before, I think the ability, and you touched on it, the ability to create your user interface with Kramer Control couldn't be easier. Our drag and drop platform is something that's, again, very easy to create that simple user interface for the customer. But I think something that is really, truly unique to Kramer Control is, our ability that we're in the cloud. So when I'm working from home as maybe a programmer or a technical support person, and somebody calls and say, hey, this room is not working the way that it should be working, I can remotely log in, without any extra networking or VPN access or anything else. I can just get into that user interface and literally press buttons for the user. And if I find an error, I can quickly dive into the programming environment and push a change through the internet directly to that processor to make it do what it's supposed to do. Also, with that remotely being able to get into the user interface, if I know people are coming in for a meeting, I could even get the room ready for them without even having to be in the room or be at the office for that matter. I can log in from wherever I am at home or anywhere else and turn the room on, get it onto the right input that I know maybe a VIP is going to use or something else, and make that happen without anyone else having to press buttons in the room. So I think Kramer Control, again, the uniqueness of being in the cloud and having the ability to do stuff over the internet that previously with other control systems you'd have to do locally. So I think that helps with the work from home aspect.
For integrators that are looking at, there's a number of control systems on the market. How does Kramer Control differ from competitor systems?
Yeah, and again, sorry, I probably answered this in the last one, but it really is that cloud mentality that all of our programming environment is done on the internet. We can publish systems, new configurations. We can publish over the internet to make sure that you don't have to be local to that device in order to make a change or update it. And again, the ability to remotely access the UI. Again, over the internet from wherever you are and be able to control that room just like you were in there, I think is something that you can't do with other control systems unless you have some really fancy networking stuff that you've figured out to be able to enable that kind of stuff.
Well, there's certainly more that goes into Kramer Control than we could cover in just a video interview. If anyone in our audience wants to learn more about Kramer Control or just Kramer in general, how can they reach out to you guys? How can they find out more?
Yeah, so generally our website is the best place to get in contact, www.kramerav.com. That's where you'll find, information about how to, contact the company. You can get our online training is there for Kramer Control as well as some other products that we have. So if you did want to get control certified, you can get on the training platform. It's go at your own pace, video on demand type of training. So you can get that done, however you need, wherever you are. So yeah, the website mainly.
Okay. All right. Well, I encourage everyone to check that website out. There's a lot to learn about Kramer Control. It's a really expansive system. Tom Kopin of Kramer, thank you so much for joining us for 3 questions.
Thank you, Jonathan.